Hello friends, it's Dave here from SaveDex.
And I'm Sophie.
And today we've got a very special video as we've just done the beta for Knockout City on Nintendo Switch. And we've got a special guest joining us who played it with us on stream, Cody from the Indie Game Pulse.
Hi guys, I'm glad to be with you today.
Cool, so we basically played this on your channel on a stream you did just last night.
Community stream.
And we just thought we'd invite you here just to talk about what we thought of this game. And we've got a few months till it actually comes out. Or is it next May, is it?
It's May 21st, I think.
So it's just a month and a half away. We'll just sort of talk about our experience with this. And so, Cody, with you first, what was your first finding out about this game?
I found out about it the day before the beta came out. A friend in our Discord community pointed it out to me and said, hey, this would be a fun thing to do as a community stream. And so we all got together, and it was. It was a blast.
Definitely, because our first experience was from that Nintendo Direct where they showed that weird trailer with the characters meant to be from other games.
Yes, yeah.
And then showed 10 seconds of gameplay, but I was like, on that 10 seconds or so, I was like, this looks awesome, gotta try it.
Absolutely.
And yeah, they did the beta, and you had to do that whole EA thing of signing a long legal document before you can actually play the game.
Making an account as well.
Had to reset the password on my EA account that I apparently had already. So it was. Okay, so were you playing on the PC, Cody?
I was playing on PC. It's been a while since I've played like a shooter type game on keyboard and mouse, but the controls felt really good. Graphics ran really well.
Yeah, so we were playing on the Switch, both me and Sophie. I was playing with a Pro controller on the TV. Sophie was playing handheld on your
Joy-Cons,
on your Switch. So you could see my screen, but I couldn't see yours. But we could see Cody's screen because he had your stream up, but it was like a 10 or 20 second delay. So
you couldn't technically cheat.
No, yeah.
that's true.
That's true. Although we're on the same team.
We're on the same team. So first of all, if we talk about the gameplay and controls first. So Cody, talk about what were the controls for the PC version?
WASD for moving, which is pretty standard. Shift was toggle sprint, which I thought was nice that you didn't have to hold sprint the whole time. You could just toggle it. Left control was your dodge or like quick burst. And then alt was to roll up in a ball so that your teammates could throw you, which you guys had a lot of fun with.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that. That was good. So for us, it was basically left stick to move, right stick for camera. B was to jump, but holding it did the glider.
Yes. Oh no, pressing it in the air.
Press it in the air.
Yeah,
but curiously, A or X was to do a double jump when you were in the air.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Which, it's something I discovered that in the tutorial, but it was weird that it wasn't the same button as jump.
Yeah. I can't remember. Like, I didn't do that, so I just did the jump.
I did like the standard tutorial, like the first one.
Yeah.
And apparently I never knew there was a double jump.
Yeah, because basically on that tutorial you explore that map, and there's extra things you can learn just by discovering them on that rooftop bit that you're on. Yeah, so
shocked.
So that's why you guys were so good. You were double jumping everywhere.
I don't think I won a match.
No, we did not win a match at all.
Yeah, and then so basically the ZL was to catch a ball.
Yes, that was really hard.
Yeah, you had to be good with the timing, didn't you?
Yeah.
And ZR was to throw a ball, and you could charge it up by holding it down. And then the Y button was to barge.
Yes, and R was to roll into a ball, wasn't it?
Yeah, tapping R turned you into a ball. I think, did you have to tap it or hold it?
I tapped it.
Okay, it's just tap, okay.
I don't know, it might have been. Oops.
Okay, so the rules of this game, you had 3-on-3. I think there were other modes going to be available, but 3-on-3 was all there was available on this demo. So it was essentially just a demo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So basically, you have to hit the other team. You have 2 hit points. You hit that other teammate, so they lose a heart. If they die, you get a point. First to 10 points wins. That was basically the whole game, and a lot of fun, I'd say. What do you think, Cody?
I really had a fun time. It was especially fun to play with you guys and to play with other friends. Yeah, I thought there are some teamwork aspects too. I don't think we mentioned it, but you can pass the ball to a teammate that's like within range.
Oh, cool. I
Yes,
didn't
I
realise that.
noticed on the D-pad there was the option to say pass.
Yes.
I noticed that a lot.
I could hear them saying pass a lot. You know, when you're rolled up in a ball and pass me
Yeah.
or throw me.
Yes.
It was mad.
And also with obviously this is a Switch problem, I'd say. The lack of proper voice chat on the Switch. I don't know if this one allows headsets or not, because I think Fortnite does.
Yeah.
But the fact that obviously you and I could communicate because we were in the same room as each other,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
with Cody, we couldn't really communicate with you
Mm-hmm.
Other
what
than
we
through
wanted
chat.
to do. And when you were saying things to me, it was like 10 or 20 seconds after it had happened.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's really the frustration with streaming. Is like it feels to me like you guys are in real time with me, but it's
Yeah.
not at all.
No, it's
But as far as the game, I think they did have. I think you had lobby chat and also just your team chat too. So when you're in the lobby, because occasionally, even though I had it turned off, I could occasionally just hear something quickly said in the lobby and then it would like cut out.
yeah.
But I do think that they had lobby chat if you wanted to turn it on.
Okay,
cool.
but I mean, in the meantime, obviously, if you weren't streaming at the time, we could have had Discord on or something to chat like we are now.
Yeah, yeah.
So that could have worked well. So it's not a problem. It's just a problem with like if you didn't have like extra apps like that or the phone app on the Switch, but that wouldn't let you talk to PC players anyway.
Would it not?
I don't think it does. I don't think Nintendo allow that.
No,
but
that's
yeah. So anyway, so you have the different stages. What was your favourite stage, Cody?
I don't. What were the names of them? Let me look them up real quick.
I don't know the
It
names.
was
I'm just going to
Concussion Park,
concussion
I
part.
think. That was
That
the one
sounds
with the big
right.
old. Yeah, it was good.
I liked
That wasn't my favourite, but
the rooftop one, whatever one that one was my favorite. When you had
Yeah.
like the space between the two buildings that you could glide between, and there was like faster air moving there too, and then the bridge between the two of them was really where a lot of the action went down. It seemed like.
Yeah, that was my favourite one as well, the rooftop one. But one thing I discovered, because there's all that updraft going on, I assumed if I opened up my glider there, I would go upwards, but that wasn't the case.
Yeah, I
No.
did too, because
So-
of like many times playing Zelda.
Yeah, like Breath of the Wild's taught me. Open up a bit of cloth in an updraft, you'll go soaring up. Like- but that wasn't the case. And one thing that was annoying about the controls, going back to that, is if you click in the left stick, you're sprinting. But if you do that while in the air, you'll go straight downwards. And I died a few times trying to open up my glider to go across the gap, but I ended up shooting right
you
down
pressed run.
because I was pressing
Oh,
run.
that sucks.
Oh, I didn't even know
was
that would
annoying.
happen.
Me
Yeah.
neither.
Like, it's just little things that, again, you just learn by discovering as well.
Absolutely.
What was your favourite stage, Sophie?
I visually, the one with all the cars, even though it was really annoying and it was quite big, but visually
Yeah.
it looked really cool. It was like you're in downtown, I don't know, somewhere, but it looked really nice.
Yeah, 'cause I think we had 4, didn't we? The other one was that construction site one.
That was a pretty good
Yeah,
one.
I liked that one.
was fun
That-
too.
yeah, you had a good time sort of climbing things there, I noticed.
Yeah, there's like an elevator in the middle that you can climb up on. There's some boards around the outside of that make like ramps, and you can get really high up and above everybody else and kind of snipe them from the sky, I guess.
That's so good.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm going to do that next time.
Yeah, and then there was that one that was, like you said, the one with the cars.
Yeah, yeah.
That was big. Again, my only problem with that one was it was too big, I felt.
yeah.
And there weren't enough balls.
There's never enough balls.
There weren't. Like I think you said during the gameplay that you were just wandering around for most of the match trying to find a
Yeah.
ball to throw.
I did
Yeah.
that as well.
Definitely. I
Which
suppose.
is why I think that's why it's good you can throw your teammates, if you're with them, of course. But yeah.
Yes, and that took us ages to work out how to do.
I never knew that was
So
like
what you
a
do,
thing.
if you roll into a ball, your teammate can pick you up and then charge you up and then launch you in the air as a
Yeah.
pink bomb, and then you can control where you land, and it's a
Yes.
one-hit kill on the opponents.
And we got a few double knockouts on you and John on that one, which is really good.
Yes.
Okay, and we also had different kinds of balls as well. You had your basic dodgeball, which, throw them, hits them 1 point. What else was there?
The cage ball, so you throw it and it catches them in there, and then you can throw the ball off the side of the stage.
And there's like a timer going round how long until you can get released. And yeah, again, just pick them up and throw them off the stage. That's.
I did not enjoy that one.
No, that was.
I
enjoyed using it.
I was on the wrong end of it far too many times to have a good time with it.
Yeah, true.
What about you, Cody? What was your favourite one you said?
I enjoyed the moon ball.
Yes.
I don't think the ball itself had any like special powers when you threw it, but when you were holding it, you could jump and kind of, it was like you were in low gravity, so you could jump very high and kind of, it was a more floaty movement, so it really helped to get up on those high ledges.
Oh,
yeah.
that's good.
And then there was also the sniper ball, which self-explanatory.
Yes, that was a really good one, because you could, it sort of homed in on the person as well. That's what I found with it. It did like a little curve ball at the end of the throw.
Yeah, and I think, too, when you charged it up fully, it went much faster than the other balls and was a lot harder to catch.
Yeah.
And
then like threw them back as well.
Then there was the bomb.
Oh, the bomb.
Which you pick it up, it's about 10 seconds later it explodes in your hand if you don't throw it.
So if you're not near anyone, just like...
But what I learnt about this one is you can play like hot potato with your opponent.
Yes.
So if you throw it at them and they catch it, it can then explode in their hand.
They did it to me, yeah.
Oh yeah, they did it to me.
I threw it back and I caught it thinking, haha, I can throw it back to you
I got
it
now.
I think that was all the balls we saw.
I think so too.
There's a good selection, I'd say. It was about 5 different ones we saw.
Did you guys ever figure out with the standard balls how to curve them? It felt like that was a big thing that a lot of people were doing to me, and it would throw off the timing trying to catch it. I would just assume it was coming straight at me, but it would, at least the level 20 or 30 players that we were in lobbies with, would curve it around and just, it was like trying to catch a change-up or something.
I think it like homes in, because a target appears on who it's going to be thrown to. And I think if you sort of turn your camera away from them, then it'll curve.
Oh.
I think that's how it works, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, don't quote.
I mean, that sounds right. That sounds like it was kind of a fun mechanic, too. It really added a lot of variety.
Yeah. And also I found, like, obviously there's a lot of different strategies you can have with this. Like, my one was, I said to you at one point, be stealthy. And I was finding if they had their back to me, it would be an easy hit on them. Or if they're attacking you or Sophie, I'd say, and then I could just get them from the side while they're preoccupied with you. So stuff like that. But yeah, I think a big problem we had on our streams were the skill matchmaking wasn't really, like I said, we were on level 2 or 3, but we were being matched with people in the 20s and 30s.
Yeah, that was insane.
Which was, people...
You're just getting handed to you, really.
I think we got shut out a round or two, didn't we? Just 0 points.
Yeah, it just kept happening. Like, there were times when we'd get ahead and we'd be like a bit like, we'd feel like, okay, this is going well, and then suddenly we're 4-0 up, and then suddenly we're 8-4 down.
Yes.
Like,
I'm afraid that was probably my fault. I was not good at it.
Do you think that was just because it was in the beta, though? Like, do you think skill-based matchmaking will be part of the full game? To me, it obviously feels like it should be.
I hope so, because the other day we went on Apex Legends, and we were with people who were like really high up, and we had just started.
Oh,
and that was on so bad as well.
That was on PS4. That one, yeah.
I felt so bad because, like, can you imagine going in and then having someone who's literally just picked up the game start, and then you lose your game? It's not nice, but I suppose it's part of learning, I guess.
But then with Splatoon, though, I find I'll go online and it'll be 4-on-4, and then it's I don't play Splatoon much, so I'm not very high level, but then my opponents will be much, much higher than me. But obviously it's not, that's Nintendo's matchmaking, this is EA's, isn't it? So I don't really know how they normally do it, but
I do hope they do.
But I'll say at the end of the stream, like say we did a 2-on-2, me and Sophie versus you and John, and again it was John's first time playing as well, and although I say although me and Sophie lost the matches we did with you guys, it was so much better. It was so much more even. It was close each time, and even when you're playing against these people that have been playing it all weekend and are really good, it felt like we didn't stand a chance. This time, it felt like we did have a chance.
Mm-hmm. I think our match was even like 9-10. It was very, very close.
The only round me and Sophie won was because the time ran out.
Yes. That's because you guys were so
and we were
good.
1 point ahead when the time ran out.
And as I said earlier, we had an unfair advantage that we were communicating next to each other on the
live.
sofa.
Yeah. Well, we had an unfair advantage in that John plays a lot of first-person shooters. He plays a lot of Valorant and Apex, so he was carrying.
But we worked out that double team bomb thing. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was good.
So on the topic of skins, what skins did you have available, Cody? Do you remember?
There were for me there were 4 different skins available, and there were 4 different tiers of the skins too, and each one had the first one unlocked, so you could alternate between different characters, I guess, and then their clothing. But there were a lot of customizable options as well, like skin tone, hair color, hairstyle. What about you guys?
So I had 3 to choose from.
Yeah, same.
But we had the different 3.
Yeah, Dave had a different 3. He had a really cool one with blonde hair and glasses.
The hipster me.
And I just had I don't know, blonde short hair lady.
I had 3 ladies.
Oh, nice.
Good lucky you.
I think I did find at the end though, after we kind of wrapped up the stream and I was just exploring the menus, I think you can change in the main menu. There's more customizable options. Did you guys find those?
No,
we didn't.
We didn't really explore the menus.
Okay.
It was 1 in the morning when we finished.
That's right.
It's the time difference.
Very late night.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, what did you think of the overall presentation though? Like the art style and all that?
I really liked it. It kind of reminded me of a modernized kind of Jet Set Radio kind of feeling. At least the city of it felt like that. Obviously the gameplay is much different.
Yeah, definitely.
But I really liked the graphics on PC looked amazing. I'm sure you guys will talk about how they looked on Switch. But yeah, a lot of different options as far as graphics go. And then I thought the settings were really well done.
Oh, definitely, yeah. So my first thought with any sort of game that looks like this was Splatoon or Ninjala as well.
But the environments were just so good. Like I said,
like
my
the
favourite one
urban...
was the downtown one. It kind of the looks as well made me think of Greece, with their sort of 50s clothing and jackets.
Yes, I felt like we were about to go head to head on a dance battle.
Yes,
yeah.
a West Side Story type thing.
Yeah, sort of thing. And obviously, music-wise, we didn't really listen to it much because we were listening to your stream. But there was a lot of that. There was a commentator, wasn't there?
Yes. Yeah.
Who?
I had no idea. I really didn't hear that much of it.
All right.
I think I had it turned down pretty low. At least when I'm streaming, it's hard for me to turn up the volume and chat at the same time.
Oh, that makes sense. But yeah, it was so I didn't really remember much of the music. I'm sure I'll hear it when I'm making the video.
I said a couple of times that I really liked the music, but it did kind of repeat. But I don't know if it will change, when the proper game comes out.
Yeah.
But yeah, the music did sound okay, I think. I can't remember it specifically, but I remember saying that it was nice.
Yeah, and but performance-wise, considering obviously you're on PC, so it would naturally be better than the Switch. But but because normally Nintendo's games can struggle online. But with this one, there were a few moments where it stuttered for me. Suddenly I'll be trying to move the camera and it'll freeze, and then suddenly it'll be facing 90 degrees to the right.
Oh, cool. I didn't have that, actually.
It didn't happen for you. It happened for me a few times, but the majority of the time it ran flawlessly.
What about you, Cody?
That actually did happen to me too, and I didn't remember that until you said it, but there were times, I don't know if it was at the end of a round, or it felt like it happened 2 to 3 times per round where the game would just freeze for maybe half a second. And then pick back up. So I'm not sure what the deal was. I kind of thought it was just a PC thing.
But maybe the fact that it's you're connected to Switch players might have hindered
Slowed
your
you down.
yeah. Because it sort of happens on like Smash Brothers, where usually my matches on Smash Brothers are flawless, but if I get connected to someone who has bad Wi-Fi, then it will run to what their level is on it, and so I wonder if the same sort of thing happened here.
Possibly.
It might be, or the geographical distance between us. Like I'm playing in US East servers, you guys are playing on UK servers. It could be
True.
just a time or a distance difference too.
Yeah, maybe. So anyway, that's basically everything to say about the game that I can think of. So what was your overall thoughts then? I think we said at the beginning, but yeah.
I was saying to you guys earlier, I don't play a lot of non-indie games just because that's what my channel focuses on, and it consumes a lot of my time, which I love. I obviously love indie games, but this feels like a game that I probably will buy and play a lot, just kind of with friends whenever they're available.
Yeah. So even though like when we were playing against the randoms and we were losing badly, I was still motivated to try again because I just loved how this played.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, the controls were overall really good. I loved the world they created. I loved the dodgeball gameplay as well.
Yeah,
It's just another. I like it when they do. It's basically an online shooter. This is. Mm-hmm. But instead of guns, it's it's like with Splatoon. It was an online shooter, but the objective is to paint the area, not kill each other. Although you can do that. Mm. But this one, it's not. You're not shooting each other. You're throwing balls at each other. It's just fun. You're playing dodgeball out in the city.
Yeah,
it kind of takes you back to like high school gym class.
Yeah,
yes.
And that, I don't know. It is fun, and it's not dangerous. It's not like you have to be stealthy, but there is a lot of there is some strategy to it too. Like we were talking about the different balls that you can throw. Yeah. There was a lot to learn, and I thought that was fun too. Like we were trying to figure out the team throw for like 2 to 3 matches, and then you guys got it down pat, and you were just killing everyone.
Yeah, the sense of discovery in this was, although it does teach you if you explore enough in that tutorial area, I like discovering things like that myself. Yeah, it's more rewarding that way.
It was good.
Yeah, but like I say, it's just like the difference between like playing dodgeball in a school hall, where you just got this big open area. Like, we wouldn't want to go running around a town with a group of people playing dodgeball.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you do laser tag and you got all this stuff to hide behind and stuff.
Oh yeah, I love laser tag.
Oh, if we went to a laser tag area with dodgeballs and just played dodgeball instead of laser tag there, that'd be so fun. That's what
I wanted. Oh, sorry.
Do you guys have paintball in the UK
yes.
or airsoft?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I've got a friend who does airsoft.
Yeah, they're really into it.
Yeah.
I have always thought it would be fun to go into like an abandoned, like an industrial building or like an industrial complex. And have like a ton of people there. To me, that's what this felt like in a game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
I think I was saying, quickly, when we were playing ARMS ages ago and I was saying what I wanted to see next from ARMS, I was saying that I wanted something where you could like have lots of people online playing ARMS, and this is sort of brought that, obviously without the arms, it's with balls, but it's...
Didn't you say at the reveal trailer, this looks like ARMS without the arms?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I'm quite happy it's arrived.
Yeah, I did an ARMS 2 prediction video last year, and I was like, one mode for ARMS that would be good is if it was like a Time Splitters 2 style deathmatch, where you have this free running mode, you can just use your arms to throw, and get different weapons that way. This is basically that.
Yeah, I know, because the balls are different.
So. And it's a similar sort of aesthetic to it as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. This is the ARMS sequel we wanted. That's good.
We just didn't know it was going to look like this.
Yes. So based on this demo, yes, I do want to get the game.
Me too.
Basically.
Me too.
Thank you, Cody, for letting us play with you, because we wouldn't have played it otherwise.
Yes, even though it's not an indie game, you're going to get it.
I am going to get it. Yes.
We'll have to play again.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Cool.
I'll try and bit better so we can have the team excellence.
Yeah.
Team excellence.
We'll have like practice sessions before we go online, before we go public.
Like a training session, like you would do in real life, right?
Yeah.
We'll have to combine our names, like Save Decks and Indie Game Polls. Oh, we call ourselves
Indie Game Polls.
We could call ourselves Codex.
Oh, that's awesome. We are now Codex.
Wait, what was it? You guys cut out like at the exact moment that you were about to say it.
Oh, you'll
Oh,
never
sorry.
know now.
Well, I came up with Cindy Game Pulse, but that's bad. You say Codex.
Codex. There we go. We are Codex.
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 Wow, that's
Gaming.
perfect. Codex Gaming.
Yes. Cool. So so thank you very much for joining us on this discussion, Cody. Do you want to tell people where they can find you and what your channel's about?
Sure. You can find me at Indie Game Pulse on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook, but who's on Facebook anymore? You can also join the community Discord. It's just Indie Game Pulse, and I'm also in Save Dexys, so you can find me there as well.
Cool. We'll put a link to your channel in the description as well.
Yeah, please do check out Indie Game Pulse. He has fantastic indie content. He does reviews, great live streams, community live streams as well, news on upcoming indie games, and just started a great new podcast called Indie Friends.
So again, thank you very much, and thank you to everyone who's watched this video. If you liked it, give it a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to keep up with us. Our Discord is in the description as well. If you want to join that, that's very nice. And so thank you again. See you guys in the next one.
Goodbye. I forget every time.
You guys are such pros at like the intro and outro.